So apologies for any wind noise you might get here, but we're between shows, between the morning and the afternoon show, so we got some downtime out here on the Warbird hot ramp. Take a walk around, we'll get some close-up look at some of these planes, and we'll get some idea of what's actually going on out here. So interestingly, here we got a couple of reenactors set up, all the photographers doing their thing, making it look like they're taking all the shots of these reenactors, make it look like World War II. Took a few shots myself. I'll get one posted here in a sec so you can see what it turns out to look like. Both that Spitfire and this amazing Hurricane are both from the Dakota Territories Aviation Museum in North Dakota. Surprisingly, the only Spitfire and Hurricane that made it here. Of the 3 Spitfires and 3 Hurricanes that were supposed to be here, only 2 showed up. This thing is beautiful. Spirited display he put on. Amazing flying of this Hurricane. Beautiful aircraft. Let's get a quick walk around. Have to look up how accurate this paint scheme is. It does have the nose out here with the eagle in front of the US flag. Again, not sure if this is historically accurate for this scheme or if it's something that they just did being an American-based aircraft. But beautiful. Love the desert scheme, the light blue and the brown and tan. Very similar to the old Mark IV Hurricane that Vintage Wings used to have. This one is a Mark 12 Canada Car and Foundry built Mark 12, painted up in these original schemes. Beautiful, beautiful aircraft. Let's go take a look at that Spitfire. So this is that Dakota Territories Aviation Museum's Spitfire Mark 9. Beautiful, beautiful bird. Looks great. Very original by the looks of it. I'll get a quick shot inside the cockpit here while I have a quick second. You can see here, very original. GPS not fitted. Very original to how it would have looked. I'll get out of the way for these guys to finish doing the photography that they want to do. Here we have the 109, technically a Spanish-built Bouchon. It has been re-engined, but not with a Daimler-Benz. It actually has an Allison engine mounted under there, and because the Allison can be mounted a little lower, it lines the thrust line up to where it looks like a Daimler-Benz, and then the exhausts are ducted down low to come out in the proper place. Very interesting aircraft, only one I know of that's been engined with an Allison, and it looks the part. Doesn't quite sound the part, but she sure looks like the part, and I can't wait to see this flying later in the day. Let's take a quick look around again. I don't know the significance of the paint scheme. I'd have to do some research to find out who this belongs to and why it's painted up like this, but unbelievable restoration. This is a very cool plane to see. And here you guys can see the Flugwerk Focke-Wulf 190. This is owned by the Tri-State Warbird Museum in Batavia, Ohio. This is one of the newer, like I said, the Flugwerk reproductions. Got a Russian, or a Chinese copy, I should say, of a Russian engine. That also has a copy of a German engine. So it sounds quite similar to how a regular one should sound, but it is a reproduction, modern reproduction. Beautiful aircraft. Saw this fly the other day. Unbelievable. Can't wait to see this go up this afternoon with that 109 in the background and everything else going up. And yeah, wonderful, wonderful aircraft. So glad this can make it. First time I've ever seen this one, or that 109, or that Spitfire, or that Hurricane. Just amazing collection of aircraft here. So working on down the line, we've also got Mike Roush's P-51 here, Gentleman Jim. This is a P-51D. This one actually lives here at Ypsilanti. He's also got a C model, Old Crow, olive drab painted, a Razorback version. Yeah, again, it's a P-51. What can I say? Beautiful aircraft. Always a pleasure to see one of these fly. Over here we have Lou Horschel's Corsair FG-1D. He did his acro demo earlier this morning, and I did get some good shots and video of that. So if you haven't seen it or haven't posted it yet, keep an eye out for that. This is painted up basically factory fresh, the way it would look coming out of the factory, with no squadron markings, just blue with the American insignia painted on it. Beautiful, beautiful plane. This is the one I was really looking forward to getting to come see as well. This was not on the schedule. This was a last minute arrival last night. This is the Tri-State Warbirds P40. So this is the same people who own that Focke-Wulf 190 over there. And they brought this in, I'm assuming, to fill some holes of some aircraft that didn't make it to the show. But beautiful, beautiful, painted up in a New Zealand Air Force paint scheme. Very different, very interesting. Love the splashes of white that are covered all over it. So it's a very cool paint scheme. I'm gonna get some nice pictures of this here in a sec. And yeah, this is really, really cool. One other interesting thing I just noticed over here on the side is a signature. Jeffrey B. Fiskin, the Royal New Zealand Air Force's highest scoring ace with 13 kills in the Southwest Pacific Theater. And that's not painted on. That is an honest to God, legitimate signature on the side of this airframe. So that is pretty cool. Not something you see very often on an airframe. So just one more little thing to make these aircraft amazingly special to see. Coming out to the main ramp here, take a quick walk around. We've got a couple of Seahawks, MH-60 Seahawks. This one here, HSC-2, this is a training unit based at Norfolk, Virginia, and this is a fleet unit over at Norfolk. You've also got the really cool paint scheme on this one, full color bird. I got some good shots of that earlier. Across the way here you see some of the trainers. There's a couple of Harvards, Texans, SNJs, whatever you want to call them, Vultee, Valiant, some other stuff. We'll take a walk down to those military stuff here soon. So yeah, always pretty cool when you get to see a Black Hawk, or a Seahawk in this case. This is the naval version of the Black Hawk. Some minor changes that are made to them to enable carrier use, specifically a folding rotor head, but apparently that adds a ton of weight to them and everything. But as I said, this is the full line bird, full color unit from HSC 22 in Norfolk, Virginia. And as I mentioned over here, we've got the Tri-State Warbirds BJ-18. This was helping shuttle crews around to get to the planes, bring stuff up from their home base in Batavia, Ohio. And then as I said, there's I believe that one would be a Texan. The next one down, no, I think they're both Texans. T6 Texan, a Vultee Valiant. At the end there is a Stearman. And then you've got a C-47. Over here, USA Jets, local cargo operator here out of Ypsilanti. This is one of their MD-88s or MD-83s. Couldn't tell you the exact what version it is. Definitely an MD, McDonnell Douglas MD-80 series transport or cargo aircraft, converted. All the windows get blanked off, big cargo door gets put in place, and they move cargo around. U.S. Navy Recruiting Center. Nothing I can do, as I am not a U.S. citizen, but that would be that. Over here you can see under the wing of their C-47, the Yankee Air Museum C-47 Hairless Joe. You've got the little area set up for them to do some selling of some merchandise, help offset the cost of the operations. So moving on down the line over here, you can see a U.S. Navy T6 Harvard II, the new modern trainers that they use. I can't remember where this one specifically came from. I could look it up and I can put it up here. It says TAW6. Don't know exactly where those are based, but that's that. Over here, a bit more of the modern fighter corner, two Ohio Air National Guard F-16s. These are from Toledo International Airport. They're in that beautiful half glass paint scheme. These are really cool. I was over here talking to the crews a little while ago. I got some of the swag, some patches from them. And then the Ohio Air National Guard KC-135 from Rickenbacker Airport. And got inside that too. I got some really cool footage from the inside of that, the cockpit area and the refueling area. So I'll throw that up here. You can take a look what it looks like inside of a KC-135.
It's not the exact view that the Boomer has during refueling, but
Yeah, that little door opens, right?
yeah, that door comes up, and then he actually looks through this mirror here.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It kind of periscopes. He looks through this mirror. There's another mirror right there going directly back.
Moving on down the line here, some more of the nose of the KC-135. Over here we have a FA-18E Super Hornet from VFC-12. This is based in Norfolk, Virginia, and this is an aggressor. You'll notice it's got the red number on the nose, the red star on the tail, painted up to look like an SU-57 Felon. That's kind of what the paint scheme looks like, the shark paint scheme that they usually have. So that's really cool to see. The first aggressor I've ever seen in person. Always interesting to see that. Don't know where the pilot is. I was hoping to talk to the pilot a little bit, but he seems to be out and about. The Yankee Air Museum's Huey is over there giving rides all day long. You've got over here the Blue Angels off in the distance. Parked there's Fat Albert. The Viper demo team parked over there. That's the jet hot ramp. Unfortunately, we can't go out that way. The Yankee Air Museum's new Ford Tri-Motor. They're getting ready to do some rides with that soon. Always interesting to ride on a Tri-Motor. One of the things on my bucket list, really. One day, of course, you've got your Ford Bronco in front of the Ford Tri-Motor, but one day I'd like to take a flight on one of these. Seems like a really fun thing to fly in. There's another good look at the Viper demo team parked out there on the jet hot ramp. I was talking with the Viper team's swag people a little while ago. They're going to be sailing up to sell some swag. Don't know where they got to. Over here, B-25 Georgie's Gal. This is based not too far from here in Ypsilanti. And beautiful aircraft is here quite a bit. We normally see it here at this show. Always a treat to see that in person. Another quick look here at the Liberty Aviation Museum's B-25. They are from Port Clinton, Ohio. If you do want to go visit their museum, pretty cool museum down there. They're also restoring a Ford Tri-Motor. Quite a few in the area. It is getting hot. But a Canadian contingent over here. This is a CT-156 Harvard II from Moose Jaw, and behind it is the CT-155 Hawk. Both again from Moose Jaw, from the training units up there. Always again cool to see some Canadian content down here. Can't say no to that. And the Hawk here is actually doing some, there's a Singaporean contingent in Moose Jaw right now. So there's actually a Singapore pilot there who is helping look after the aircraft. So there's the, come on, there we go, focus. BAE Hawk, Canada's jet trainer. Just had a good talk with the pilots. It's flown, I said, the Singaporean pilot flying it down here today. Contingent of Singaporeans and Moose Jaw doing some training, and they're flying this jet around. Pretty cool, same guys I saw from Ottawa last year for the air show. So it was always pretty cool to see some old friends. But yeah, that's about it for the statics ramp. Pretty small statics ramp this year, unfortunately. They were focusing a lot on that British theme with the warbirds, and unfortunately about half of those did cancel. So we're a little low on numbers, but still a decent show. Pretty cool to see everything flying. And we still have half the show to go. So far only the morning show has been completed. Afternoon show to come. Vampire jet going up, Michael Goulian. You can maybe see the little yellow plane way off in the distance. Let me try to zoom in on Michael Goulian's plane out there. Right there, Michael Goulian's aircraft. He's going to be going up doing some... I'll get my lens locked. Give me a second. There we go. He'll be going up a little later, doing some flying this afternoon. What else do we have? Warbirds in review. The Germans, the 109, the 190 going up. All the Warbirds are supposed to go up together. Michael Goulian, Fat Albert, the Blue Angels. As I said, the Vampire demo. Today being Saturday, we're also supposed to be getting a B-52 flyby at 1 o'clock. On that note, I did not bring my cell phone with me, so I don't know what time it is right now. So I'm gonna get my way back to my seat, make sure I don't miss this chance of seeing a B-52 flyby. Haven't seen the afternoon crowds coming in yet. They should be opening the gates soon for the afternoon's contingent to come in. So that's that. Let's head back, and probably gonna have this video up before some of the content from the air show. So we'll wrap it up here for the statics. Keep your eye out for some of the highlights of the flying displays. I'll be posting that stuff up soon. I'll probably have a Friday, and then a Saturday morning, and then a Saturday afternoon. Make 3 separate videos out of that. But yeah, that is that. We'll talk to everyone later. Stay tuned.